I'm Andrei, and this is...
I'm Răzvan, also known as Parteneri in Romanian.
And we are Robuilds Motorsport. Today, we'd like to tell you our story, talk to you about our cars, tell you about our year and our plans. We have to start by addressing the elephant in the room. First of all, why we are speaking in English? Because 6,000 of you subscribers who already know us are used to us speaking in Romanian because we're a drift team from Romania. We would like to try and make this channel international, since we're going to be trying to attend even international events in the next few years and expanding. You have subtitles. You gotta click the CC button somewhere up top. Make fun of us. Let's all try and do this together. I know this is not our native language, but we'll do our best to tell you our story in English from now on. Second reason, which I think most of you watching are interested in, is why the hell have we not posted in almost a year, 8 months, 7 months, I don't know what.
Something like that.
There are many reasons. I'd like to ask you to wait until the end of the video. We'll talk more, but let's keep things interesting. And I'd like to tell you who we are, what's been happening this year, and talk to you about our cars. We drive 2 cars, that's right. Parizer is also driving this year. I drive in Pro Class in Romanian Championship. Parizer drives in Street Class. I'm not sure if he plans to switch to Semi-Pro next year or not.
Definitely not this year, no.
Let's start by showing you some footage from this weekend. It was an event at Romexpo that we attended. Thank you, Sorin, for inviting us. And it's the first time we participated with both cars, both as drivers. We got some good tandems and got some good footage, and let's show you a little bit. And here are our cars.
Ai luat-o, nu știu, fiță ceva? Vă salutăm pe toți, pe canalul lor de YouTube rodrift.
So let's talk about this car, the battleship, the drift battleship. It's a 4-door saloon, quite uncommon in our drift scene in Romania. Usually you see coupes, like the car next to it. It's pretty standard. We bought it as is. The only thing that we changed was the rear suspension. 3-liter engine, M54B30. 230 ponies when new. Tiny angle kit, forgot the name of the company, but it was already there when we bought the car. A couple of bucket seats, hydraulic handbrake, steering wheel, some 4-point harnesses, and pretty much that's all the car. And it's really fun to drive, it's really well set up. I was quite amazed even the first time we drove the car. Quite easy to drive. I don't know what's anything else to say about it because it's not anything special about the car.
Who's sponsoring you?
First of all, we are sponsored by us.
Yes. Who's M.O.B?
That's my company. I run a small business, make custom furniture.
He does the best furniture I've ever seen. So if you need furniture in Romania, let him know on Instagram. He's pretty full. You'll have to wait, but it will be worth it.
But the best prices.
For you.
For me. We also have TEMCO, which is a
medical equipment
company. Digital M.O.B, which is my brother's company. I don't know exactly what he does, but something in IT. Furniture, not IT. And we also have Pakelo, which was with us for quite some time now, maybe like 3 years or something. They specialize in lubricants, so engine oil, trans oil, gearbox oil, any oil, and greases and whatever you need. Pretty much that's the whole car. And now we'll take a look at this beast, which we used to call Cotets. Now, this was the car that we started the channel with. been with us from the very beginning. It started as a completely bone stock car. We had no idea what we were doing in the beginning, and we still aren't at some things, but we learn as we go. It started as an M50 B25. Over time, we ended up with a 7 Series engine. This is an N62 B44, so 4.4 liter V8, which was naturally aspirated, but then we upgraded it with a big snail. We have a 3 liter diesel gearbox mated with 600 horsepower at the wheel, and I don't know, maybe 800 newtons meters of torque, or something like that. I don't remember exactly the numbers, but it's fast.
He must be the stupidest son of a bitch alive, but he sure is fast.
From the original car, there's nothing left. All the car is fiberglass, exception being the roof.
We should do that too.
Yeah, it's a bit trashed. It looks like a war machine. I mean, the doors are basically gone, and we'll have to figure out what we are going to do with them. We have the option to repair them or replace them entirely. Completely redone interior with roll cage, FIA approved. Coming to the back, we had to move the radiator from the front because there was no room, and this also allows for the car to have better cooling because the radiator, as you can see, it's massive. It's from like a truck or something. Fuel system is also completely redone. So we have a motorsport fuel cell with a surge tank, 3 fuel pumps because the engine drinks a lot of gas. And I mean a lot. And another interesting thing that we haven't shown on the channel yet, we now run a winter's quick change in the rear, which is quite nice because it's very easy to make different setups and at different tracks, so you can change final ratio of the car. So for those of you who don't know, the rear diff has that back cover, which you can easily remove in like 5 minutes with only 8 screws. And you pull the cover back and you can easily replace the final drive. This is a set of gears. Each set basically gives you 2 ratios. So you can have a high ratio or a low ratio, which you can set up depending on the track. And we also had to upgrade the axles. We upgraded to those monster axles, which are made by Trifan Performance. He's a local guy in Romania who makes them. It's been quite sturdy car. Nothing broke yet. We had a couple of incidents. We had quite a nasty impact with one of Andrei's chase drivers.
Vine din nou și strânge la bara spate și se ating acolo. Din păcate se ating.
He humped the car. There's no better words to put it.
This is an interesting thing for those of you who don't know. These are 3D printed. We do this with my dad who does 3D printing, and we do sell these on our website. We also sell merch and some custom developed parts, so be sure to check it out and support us if you want. But these are really good because if you crash them in like 2 minutes, you they're super cheap and you just get a new one, put it in, and you're done. You don't have to go to junkyards and find taillights, which are rare. Yeah, and I would say they look quite nice.
We run a standalone on the car, made by Maxecu, PDM and ECU. The whole entire harness was made by us. First start, everything worked perfect, which was quite surprising because none of us did any electric stuff on cars before. And yeah, pretty much that's the whole car.
I'd like to give you a short recap of the season. Maybe you followed us on Instagram. We try to keep you updated there. But I think we had a pretty strong season, both of us, as you'll see in a moment. First event was House of Parliament, so Piața Constituției. We had a pretty strong performance there because we seem to have a little bit of an advantage on rain. Everybody struggled in the rain and we managed to qualify pretty strong.
65,5 puncte pe prima trecere, o primă trecere care îi permite să forțeze lui Andrei.
Foarte bună viteza, foarte bună viteza, super!
Acolo pe prima zonă, din nou leagă foarte bine virajul de Andrei. Haideți să vedem cum va arăta zona finală, zona care a pus probleme.
Până aici foarte, foarte bine.
Piloților rămâne bine acolo pe exterior. Andrei se adaptează senzațional și poate fi o trecere de top pentru acesta. Ajungem în zona de finish. Să răzune Bucureștiul pentru Andrei Cristian.
Andrei Cristian, Robert Ghereș. Senzație.
And then we were able to win in top 16. And unfortunately, we lost. I kind of feel like I beat myself with Imre, who is a strong driver, but I think we had a pretty decent chance, and we unfortunately lost and finished top 8. But it also ended with the issue with the car. A bearing in the top end of the motor blew and spilled needles inside the engine all the way to the oil pump. It was a surprisingly easy fix in the end, but it cost us the next event in Târgu Mureș. Then I think
it was my first ever competing in a drift event. Actually, the funny story is that we made a little bet at Târgu Mureș. He said that if he qualifies in Jorgen's car, I have to go to this event.
He actually said this, probably expecting that I don't.
So I had to go because he qualified. First event was a bit nervous at first, but a lot of fun. The funny thing is that we almost didn't compete because we made quite a stupid mistake. It was like we were for the first time at the drift event. Me and Andrei went to look at the other drivers on the track. And before that, of course, we started the car to warm up. I completely forgot about the radiator fan. So it wasn't on. When we came back, there was a blown radiator and the engine not running. That was the concerning part. But we let it cool down a bit, tried to start it to see if it seized, and it was okay. And we somehow managed to find the broken parts at a local junkyard. And we managed to put the car back together in time to a training session and then qualify.
Yeah.
I managed to qualify third, I think, at my first event.
Pleacă Riznescu, Răzvan, un frumos exemplar, 46 în 4 uși, perfect drift team, scrie acolo. Haideți să vedem și și aruncă mașina pentru a reuși să ajungă la corect pe mijlocul axului. Foarte exterior, foarte bine acolo și aplauze, Riznescu, Răzvan!
Yeah, I was pretty proud of that. And then I think I stopped it in top 8.
I think so.
I won my first battle, so it was a huge win. I went with the mentality to have fun, first of all. I wasn't expecting anything. And I think that was good because I was pretty relaxed. And after that, I think it was Arena. National Arena.
The stadium, the local stadium?
Yeah, the local stadium in Bucharest, where we both participated. It was a mixed event. I did qualify, I think in the first 8 or something like that. And then again, I won my first battle. Yeah, I think it was still top 8.
It was challenging to both participate at Arena. Tough track, to be honest. Qualified some like 12th position, and then we went on with Claudio Adam, who's the championship winner from like 2 years ago. So difficult battle, trained a lot with him before battling, and we pulled off one more time, and then we won, which was like kind of big achievement. I mean, he's obviously a really good driver. And then came the big challenge with Roman Zelensky, who's like an international driver, insane car, super difficult battle. I had to
really fast.
Yeah, I had to put all the grip on the car. It felt like I was gonna die. It was super tough. But we also managed to pull off one more time. And then we lost, unfortunately. Everybody said it's a big achievement. I have to admit it definitely was, pulling off one more time with Zelensky. And then came the last event, I think, which was the strongest for us, I guess. Ploiești, probably the best event this year. Very successful, a lot of people, a lot of good driving. The track was really good for tandem. First real good tandem track, I think, in an event in Romania that I've been to. And there we finished 4th, actually. Battled our first battle with Claudio Adam again, who obviously was a lot angrier this time, I guess. But I pulled off.
Pause a second. He was shit the entire training.
Me, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the first battle, we were all blown away.
Yeah.
I think it was maybe the best chase of your life.
Definitely. It was
the first best chase of your life.
It was crazy. I'll actually put the chase right here.
Claudio Adam lider, Andrei Cristian Chaser. Roată la roată încă de la inițiere. Foarte bună inițiera lui Andrei.
Foarte bine, Andrei Cristian, iată moarte, Claudio Adam cu o trasă impecabilă. Oho, ce trecere avem acolo!
Excelentă trecere!
after beating Claudio again, which was a pretty big achievement on its own. We got lucky. Imre's car had some issues and he couldn't make it, so we got to the next stage. And then we lost against Natalia. We also had one more time there, I think. It was a really close battle. I wish I would have won. And then with Ivan Ivanov, that was not a close battle. He kicked my ass big time. Unfortunately, we got 4th place. I know it's a pretty good achievement, but yeah, we were so close and I would have loved to finish with the podium. It does mean that I finished 7th place in the championship this year.
So what's next for the season?
Yeah, we have to pretty much work on both cars. Actually, the street car is in pretty good shape. Only the front bash bar, I think, needs to be...
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's no problem. But this car is a different story, as Pariser showed you. It's quite bashed. Like, first of all, we have to fix all the fiberglass all around. We'll change the livery. I like and don't like this livery, I'm not sure. It's definitely unique, but I think we can do better. Most importantly, we have to pull the engine out, do a check on it, check the bearings and everything, make sure it's in good condition, most likely change them. About the channel. Look, the break we had, I didn't know if we were gonna continue with the channel or not, to be honest. I wasn't sure. We were both doing the video, but I was also doing the editing. I changed my job. That made it a lot more difficult. My schedule is completely different, so it takes a lot of time to edit these videos. Now, luckily, you don't see him, but my dad is right next to the camera, and he decided to take on this filming and editing side, so he's gonna be helping us with that. And it's also, I'll be honest, motivation. I feel like we've done most of the do-it-yourself stuff. Let's do small changes to a car in your garage. Everything we do for the car now costs a few grand. They're all professional parts, and I'm not bragging about it. I'm just saying it's tough to relate and it's tough to make small, cool, funny videos. We don't have a lot left to do. The cars are pretty good at this point. So the content's not there, and the channel, I feel, wasn't growing a lot. So this is the reason I'm talking in English. This is the reason my dad is gonna take over filming. This is the reason some other things are gonna change on the channel, because we're gonna try and give it a new restart. We're gonna try and come with fresh energy and bring the enthusiasm and the fun thing back. You can help us right now and encourage us by clicking that like button if you want, please. It helps us a lot. I would really like to see this channel keep growing. Again, not for the numbers, but to get some feedback that we're doing the right thing. What do you think, though?
Well, from my point of view, I would like to continue the DIY stuff. Maybe we'll take on a new project, who knows? Yeah, we have to make this car at some point.
I'm happy to hear you say that. The reality of it is it requires a lot of money. We need sponsorship. Like I said, we need to grow this thing. Help us, please, grow this thing. We're glad to be back. I hope you're glad to be back. Please leave us some feedback. What do you think about this English idea? What do you think about a break? What would you like to see on the channel? Yeah, I guess that's it. Should we show them what we bought and what we're gonna put on next?
We even made some sort of stand for it.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you can tell what it is, because it looks like a BMW gearbox. Yeah, it's a sequential gearbox. I won't tell you a lot of details about it. It's for the next episodes, but yeah. One of the reasons we gotta pull the engine out is because we have to put this bad boy on the car. And thank you a lot for watching. Hit the like button, it'll really help us. Give us some comments. It's good to be back. Good to see you again. Yeah, and I guess see you next time. First, peace.